Many thanks for joining us for another edition of Newsline. I am Jennifer Igwe. Now, it is criminal to spike someone's drink, and we consider it as evil, really. And we try to stay safe and avoid situations like that. Somehow, as we focus on drinks, we may never consider the fact that a caterer can prepare the food we eat at parties, for instance, with drugs. Creepy, right? We have an interesting feature on it and one that is an eye-opener. On the lineup as well, we have a spine-chilling story of a woman who was starved and confined for 2 years by her husband. And all this happened after she lost 7 of her children. What on earth could make a man do such a heartless thing to his wife? We have a story that will help us answer this and how she was rescued. Now, taking a second wife in some cultures can be quite a problem. But you need to hear how it is done in the Kanuri tradition that ensures love and peace reigns in the family. We also have the story of a 2-year-old that was killed as a result of a stray bullet, and other stories on culture and celebrations. Okay, let's start the news segment as usual, and my colleague Claire Adelabu Abdurazak in Abuja is ready. Claire, nice to see you.
Well, Jennifer, I must say I love your dress. I love your colors. A beautiful blend of green and purple leaves what? Royalty and harmony effects. And I'm sure that you are indeed eco-friendly. Good to see you, Jennifer. And back here in Abuja, let's begin with the news. The 5th mid-year coordination meeting of the African Union, AU, has ended in Nairobi, Kenya, with a charge for member nations to harness the potential opportunities in Africa towards solving the continental problems. Our State House correspondent Musbao Danwahab reports that Nigerian President and Chairman, Authority of ECOWAS Heads of State and Government, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, attended Continental event for the first time. And that report will be brought to you in the course of our bulletin. And staying with the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has reaffirmed Africa's unity and strength and strongly opposed the notion of a new scramble for Africa. Now, the President, who doubles as Chairman, Authority of ECOWAS Heads of State and Government, spoke at the 5th mid-year coordination meeting of the African Union in Nairobi, Kenya. Here is State House correspondent Musbao Danwahab with this report. Sorry about the mix-up there. We surely will bring you the two stories once they are ready. But let's get to the National Assembly stories now. And Senate Committee on Media and Public Affairs describes as mischief reports in some sections of the media that the 2022 Supplementary Budget Amendment Bill passed last Thursday was pardoned. Now, a statement from the chairman of the committee, Senator Adeyemi Adaramodu, explains that the passage of the bill was part of the constitutional duties of the Senate to accommodate funding for the federal government's palliatives for the Nigerian public over subsidy removal and other national needs. Now, the statement asks that a 70 billion naira allocation to the National Assembly will not be paid to any legislator, but will be managed by the National Assembly bureaucracy for exigent needs, such as the provision of working tools within the complex to make it more conducive. And about 3,000 Nigerian youths are to benefit from the capacity building program by the National Council for Arts and Culture in collaboration with the People's Republic of China. Now, the Director General, National Council for Arts and Culture, Olusegun Runshewe, made this known when he received the Chinese cultural attaché, Li Zuda, at the Nigerian Culture House in Abuja. The Director General notes that his recent visit to China gave him an opportunity to understudy the secret behind the ingenuity of the Chinese in goods production, stating that there is the need for Nigerian youth to be exposed and trained in such environment to gain the needed skills and knowledge in various areas. He states that the capacity building program, when finalized, will involve selected youth from every state of the Federation and the FCT, who will be sponsored to China by the state governments in Nigeria, including FCT, while the National Council for Arts and Culture will facilitate and coordinate the training and various skills acquisition programs. The Chinese cultural attaché, Li Zuda, says Nigeria and the People's Republic of China have a strong bilateral and economic relationship, and Nigeria is one of the African countries attracting the most investment from China. He assures that the Chinese government will collaborate with Nigeria in areas that will ensure the growth of the Nigerian economy. All right, let's bring you back the story on the fifth year coordination meeting, which of course is happening in Kenya, Nairobi, and our State House correspondent, Musba Danwahab, is reporting that President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, who is also chairman, Authority of ECOWAS Heads of States and Government, is attending the Continental meeting for the first time.
It's another opportunity for Africa to appraise its liberty and unity. A few achievements to celebrate, but high, on the flip side, are equally some disturbing global issues with the continent at the receiving end.
Today, our world continues to face unprecedented crises, from the socio-economic impacts of COVID-19, a climate emergency, and the knock-on effects of the war in Ukraine. None of us need reminding that Africa played no part in creating any of these challenges.
And locally, the continent is not immune from challenges. In the midst of its political and diplomatic programs, the war in Sudan, conflict in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, and the transition process in Burkina Faso, Guinea, and Mali are the other pressing issues for urgent attention. Despite the odds, African Union and members would not lose focus on their integration plan. They are staying true to the 1991 Abuja Treaty, which recommended African economic integration, for which the African Continental Free Trade Area is planned.
Our significant progress over the past 6 months have confirmed once again and our conviction that this continental common market is a great opportunity to achieve the Pan-African vision of an integrated, prosperous and peaceful Africa. I invite those member states that have not yet ratified and deposited their instrument ratification to do so as soon as possible. The achievement of our objectives are set out in Agenda 2063. This depends on that.
Aside preparation of its 2024 financial budget, African countries have commitments towards solving global challenges, including the cause of climate adaptation. But there is an argument for a new financing mechanism that is fair and that will directly empower member nations.
COP27 was a turning point of tremendous magnitude because it brought home to the peoples of Africa the imperative to reconfigure our model of engagement with global and multilateral frameworks in general, and the urgency of projecting a new place, role, and voice to define Africa's contribution to global development and climate action. We are not asking for one financial system that favors us. No, we are asking for a financial system that is fair for everybody.
And as the meeting went into a closed-door session, there were presentations on the workability of the African Continental Free Trade Area implementation and a critical look are the consequential effects of the Russia-Ukraine war on agricultural production in Africa and the way forward. From Nairobi, Kenya, Musbao and Wahab, NTA News.
And we're not done with State House correspondent Musbah Dan Wahab. He has one more report to give us, and that's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu speaking at the same meeting in Nairobi, where he reaffirmed Africa's unity and strength and strongly opposed the notion of a new scramble for Africa.
Some gentle steps into another new terrain as President Bola Tinubu announced his arrival on the Continental stage. The Nigerian leader is fresh in his new status as a regional leader, just like his ideas. The African Union 5th mid-year coordination meeting required inputs from regional blocs on contributions towards the common continental integration goal.
Allow me to present to you efforts that are...
And by his sub-regional capacity, Tinubu was obligated to present the progress report of the various policies and programs of ECOWAS in this direction. President Tinubu highlighted the progress made by ECOWAS in various sectors of its integration process, including trade, free movement of persons, investment promotion, infrastructure development, and security.
In the area of trade facilitation, ECOWAS has deployed a regional trade and transport facilitation implementation strategy. It has also launched the ECOWAS Regional Trade Facilitation Committee and developed a strategic framework for the regional ECOWAS e-commerce strategy. To improve healthy competition in the region, beside ECOWAS Regional Competition Authority, we have now become fully operational.
His sub-region faces challenges including terrorism and unconstitutional change of power. The new West African hemsman announced plans under his watch to strengthen the ECOWAS standby force to deter coups and combat terrorism in the sub-region.
Meanwhile, we have continued to monitor the transition program in Mali, Burkina Faso, and Guinea. During the recently concluded summit in Bissau, we resolved to maintain our engagement with the three countries to assiduously work towards the implementation of the 24-month transition calendar agreed with ECOWAS before then. We cannot integrate Africa and attain the prosperity we seek, while our nearby brothers and sisters suffer in pain and anguish they should not suffer.
Lately, Africa has become a toast of a town for international collaboration, with many world powers literally asking for the hands of a continent. Tinubu has some words of caution.
Let it be said to whoever the new scramblers might be, our continent may be old, but our spirit is new. And it is strong. The bad that took place in the past must not stay there. It shall never be repeated.
The Nigerian leader has apparently begun his charity from home and is calling for good governance to ensure a prosperous future for Africa, free from the exploitation of the past. From Nairobi, Kenya, Musbao and Wahab, NTA News.
All right, many thanks, Musbao. And to other stories now. Celebrating 10th year anniversary of a beverage that has become a household name in the country. Kanuri Beverages, makers of Freshio yogurt drink, is turning its customers into millionaires. Now, 10 lucky Nigerians have already benefited and have become latest millionaires in the Too Good to Be True ongoing Mega Millions promo. Our correspondent Larry Beleyi was at the electronic raffle draw and gives us these details.
A decade of fresh yogurt drink evolving into a choice beverage of arrangement was appreciated by Caraway Beverages when 10 Nigerians became millionaires in the Fresh Mega Million promo.
I'm very happy to inform you that you just won yourself a cash prize of 1 million naira.
The lucky winners were picked through electronic raffle draw from 300 entries for the Mega Million promo. Oluwatoyin Popola Dania, the category manager of the beverage company, explains the process.
So you go to the store and get a pack of fresh 1 liter. You can even buy more than one, because the more you buy, the more your chances of winning the cash prizes. Inside the cap, we have the alphanumeric code, something like ABCD 1 to 3. You send it to 8011, which is the short code that we're using for the promotion. Immediately, you get an SMS that says you have won instant airtime, and also enroll for the national consumer promo, for the Fresh Mega Millions promo. And for more simplicity, there is also by the side how to win, so the consumer can follow the process all through.
The Fresh Mega Millions promo is open to consumers nationwide, with customers getting an opportunity to win instant cash prizes and airtime for every 1 liter pack of Fresh bought, in addition to qualifying for the raffle draw.
So all winners in different categories of this promo have been selected through an electronic live draw to select 5 winners of 1 million naira and 5 winners of 100,000 naira. Also, since the beginning of this campaign, we have been rewarding our lucky consumers daily with 5,000 naira and 10,000 naira.
Relevant consumer protection and lottery agencies who monitor the program gave it a thumbs up. Another 5 millionaires and cash prize winners are expected to emerge in the next raffle draw. In Lagos, Larry Bileyi, NTA News.
All right. You're watching the news on Newsline tonight. We have more stories just ahead, but before...
Is this what you really want to do?
Yes, Dad. That's what I've been trying to show you.
Fight for your dreams the advanced way with Glow LTE Advanced. The power of 3 data networks in one. Get a Glow SIM or dial *301#.
Rivers State Government's special invitation is Excellency Sir Siminalai Fubara, GSSRS, Governor of Rivers State, cordially invites the good people of our dear state and the general public to the official flag-off of the 50.15 kilometers Port Harcourt Ring Road by the former Governor of Rivers State, His Excellency Chief Barrister Nyesom Ezewanwike, CON, GSSRS Life Venture. Date Monday, 17th July 2023. Venue UTC Junction, Port Harcourt. Time 11 a.m. This is signed by the River State Government.
Oh, you can reach the stars. Anything your heart believes. Oh, just a little try. There's no limit to your dreams.
Here's to the intentional ones, to those who break through the limits, to those who always go for it.
Have you heard? Momo is turning 12 people who refer the highest number of friends into millionaires in the Momo Refer and Win promo. There is also over 200 million naira up for grabs. How do you win? Dial *671# to open a Momo account if you don't have one. Then select option 6 to refer everyone you know. Yes, I said everyone, because everyone deserves to be a millionaire. Make sure the person you refer opens a Momo account and buys airtime or data of at least 100 naira. The more people you refer, the more cash prizes you win every week, and you increase your chance of becoming a millionaire in the Momo Refer and Win promo. Promo runs from 15th June to 9th August 2023. Momo, better than cash.
Did you know that a quarter of the world's deaths from malaria is in Nigeria? And the reason being a mosquito that spreads malaria. a disease that puts everyone's life in distress. We believe that protection and prevention is the best cure in the fight to end malaria. Mortein insecticide with its improved formulation kills 100% mosquitoes that spread malaria. So, spread the message of how we can fight to end malaria with Mortein. Mortein, our #1 choice.
The Vice-Chancellor, Professor Lawrence Ikechukwu Ezemonye, PhD, FAS, on behalf of Igbinedion University, Okada,
Buratai Center
for Contemporary Security Affairs, in collaboration with partnering agencies, hereby invites partnering agencies and other special guests to a one-day international conference with the theme Organized Crimes Network as Emergent Threats to National Security. The event, which is to be chaired by the former Chief of Army Staff and Minister of Interior, Lieutenant General A.B. Dambazau, has former Inspector General of Police and current Chairman, Police Service Commission, Dr. Solomon Arase, as keynote speaker, immediate past Chairman of International Association of Police Chiefs, Impact Session, Georgia, USA, Mark Fallon, Director General, NAVDAC, Professor Muji Adeyeye, Dr.
Francesca
Mercurio of the University of Sao Paulo, Brazil, and other partnering agencies as discussants. Date, Tuesday 18th July 2023. Venue, Nigerian Army Resource Center, Asokoro, Abuja. Time, 11 a.m. prompt. You can also join the program via Zoom. ID 966-774-4763. Participants are to be seated by 10:30 a.m. Signed, Friday Benji Bakari, Esquire.
And welcome back to the news on Newsline tonight. And the Sultan of Sokoto, Mohammed Saad Abubakar, has asked Muslims to look out for the new moon of Muharram 1445 after Hijrah on Monday, 17th July 2023, which is equivalent to the 29th of Dhul Hijjah 1444 after Hijrah. A statement by Yahya Mohammed Boi, Secretary Advisory Committee on Religious Affairs, the Sultanate Council of Sokoto, says the sighting should be reported to the nearest district or village head for onward communication to the Sultan of Sokoto. The sighting of the new moon of Muharram will mark the end of the Islamic lunar calendar 1444 and the beginning of the new year 1445 after Hijrah. And farmers in Borno State are in serious apprehension that the cessation of rainfall for about 3 weeks now is threatening food security in the state that is gradually coming out of more than a decade-long insurgency with attendant consequences. Fatma Isa has a situation report on the ugly reality pervading most parts of that state.
The sorry condition of what was planted by the owner of this farm at the outskirts of Maiduguri at the commencement of this year's planting season is a reflection of what is mostly on ground in most farms and in most parts of Borno State. This is for the simple fact that it is about 3 weeks now since Maiduguri and its environs recorded heavy rainfall. A development stakeholders in farming says portend a serious threat to the much talk about food security. For almost 3 weeks now, there has not been a drop of rainfall in most parts of the state, a development that has made most of the farms looking not only dry but pathetic. The situation is aggravated by a scorching sun that is hitting the ground, causing many crops planted to dry up. A visit to some farmlands at the outskirts of Maiduguri reveals the gravity of the situation, with farmers living on hope for the rain to fall.
Yanzu muna roƙe Ubangijin Allah ya soke mana ruwa gaskiya abincin gwanan suna ƙonewa.
Ko kusan shekara na 45 ban ga wannan juyin lamarin haka ba.
Muna cikin wahala ga kasa da tauri amma kai muke lallabawa muke yin noman.
Muhammad Abba Malam is the state chairman All Farmers Association of Nigeria.
Manoma gaskiya suna cikin wani mawuya.
Farmers in Borno are in a difficult situation as many have planted 3 times. Due to lack of rainfall, most of their crops have died. We take this as an act of God.
To amma wannan abu ne daga Ubangiji.
Worried by the worrisome situation, the Shehu of Borno, Abubakar Ibn Umar Garbai Al-Amin El-Kenemi, convened a special prayer session in the morning to be attended by all Muslims, including the governor Babagana Umar Zulum, as enjoined by Islamic religion in Maiduguri. Fatima Isa, NTA News.
Right, and the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, has continued to explore more possibilities of evolving strategies towards mitigating the envisaged 2023 flood devastation in Nigeria. Now, this time around, the agency is engaging media practitioners on the task of informing the public in order to promote community resilience to mitigate the effects of the menace. And our correspondent Ilyasu Ali Yakubu reports that participants were drawn from the print, broadcasts and social media.
11 years after the 2012 floods that severely devastated the entire country, the 2022 devastation also overwhelmingly brought the entire country to a standstill with increased number of casualties, destruction of property and displacement of people. Another round of more devastation is likely to occur based on the 2023 seasonal climate predictions released by NAMED and flood outlook by NISA. Following this scenario, the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, brought together media executives and gave them a clear message of mainstreaming the UN Sendai framework, which emphasizes disaster risk reduction management before it occurs. Director General of NEMA, Mustafa Habib Ahmed, said the media is a strategic partner in creating awareness on all the strategic responses of NEMA in communities that are prone to the perennial flooding in the country.
By including media practitioners from various outlets, print, broadcast, and online, we aim to foster collaboration and cross-sectoral cooperation. This inclusive approach will provide a holistic understanding of disaster reporting and its implication whilst encouraging network and knowledge sharing.
Some of the participants speak.
If this thing happens every year, what roles have the state governments played to mitigate this disaster, to prevent it? I think prevention, they say, is better than cure.
If we sensitize Nigerians as journalists that there is need for them to evacuate their drainages, if we hold government accountable, I think this is the hallmark of this workshop.
This media executive training is one out of the many series of engagements lined up by NEMA to proactively minimize the likely devastating effect of the 2023 flooding. From Lagos, I'm Ilyasu Ali Yakubu, NTA News.
And let's talk sports now. And Nigeria has done it again. Record-breaking hurdler Toby Amusan makes history on the world stage. And also, Wimbledon gets a new gentleman's champion. We have all the details with Badi Adeleye on Sports Update.
The ongoing Prosperity Cup in Bayelsa State has been described as the perfect avenue to discover and nurture talented and budding footballers in the state. Manager Nigerian Nationwide League One, Tayo Egbayelo, who revealed this during one of the quarter-final matches, says the initiative by Governor Doyedere is commendable.
It creates a lot of employment, it creates vision, and it creates opportunity for players that believes that, okay, I can't do anything. You understand? There's a lot of players out there that are talented.
Following the conclusion of their pre-World Cup campaign in Gold Coast, Australia, Nigeria's senior women's national team on Sunday arrived at their camp base in Brisbane ahead of their campaign at the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup. The nighttime African champions were met on arrival by the FIFA team and Nigerian community. The Super Falcons will depart for Melbourne on the eve of their opening fixture against Olympic champions Canada, slated for Melbourne Rectangular Stadium on Friday, July the 21st. Meanwhile, Nigeria's Toby Amusan on Sunday put up her best performance of the season to win the 100 meters women's hurdles at the 2023 Salesio Diamond League. The world record holder only caught American Kendra Harrison on the line in a thrilling race to set a meeting record with a time of 12.34 seconds.
It's been a really rough season coming into each race, and I'm just propelling into the right direction, and my coach will always say one race at a time. Don't pressure yourself, we'll come together when it needs to. And I'm thankful that I came out here with a season best.
And finally, Carlos Alcaraz won the Wimbledon men's singles title for the first time by ending Novak Djokovic's recent dominance with a stunning victory. Spain's Alcaraz fought back from a nervous start to win 1-6, 7-6, 6-1, 3-6, 6-4 against the defending champion. The 20-year-old world number one is the third youngest man to win the Wimbledon title in the Open era. With sports update, Bade Adeleye, NTA News.
And it was a photo finish for Toby Amusan, but she did it. In other stories, Vice President Kashim Shettima has condoled with Katsina renowned business mogul Bairu Barau over the death of his wife, Hajiya Aisha, popularly known as Hajiya Ai. The Vice President paid a condolence visit to the bereaved family in Katsina. And Wal Khaliru reports.
The Vice President Kashim Shettima, accompanied by the Deputy Senate President Barrow Jibril and other personalities, condoled with Alhaji Dahiru Barau Mangal at his residence along Kofar Kwaya in Katsina Metropolis. Chairman Katsina State Izalatul Bida Wai Kamatu Sunnah Sheikh Yaqub Musa Hassan led special prayers for the repose of the soul of the deceased. The Vice President, while condoling the family, prayed Allah to grant the soul of late Hajiya Aisha eternal rest and for the husband and her children the fortitude to bear the loss.
We are here at the behest of His Excellency President Bola Tinubu to condole the government and people of Katsina State and the family of Alhaji Dahiru Barau Mangal over the sad demise of his wife. Allah grant her soul eternal rest and water.
Late Hajiya Aisha died at the age of 57. She left behind 7 children, many grandchildren, and her husband, Dahiru Barau Mangal.
Half of the people and the state government of Katsina State were condoling the death of Hajiya Aisha.
Prayers were offered for the repose of her soul and Almighty Allah to grant her Jannatul Firdausi. In Katsina, Awal Halaru, NTA News.
And that ends the news from our studios here in Abuja. And just to ask you to stay tuned because Jennifer Igwe had some breathtaking, strange but true stories coming up shortly. And we'll see you after.
He grew up to become graduation and was gainfully employed in Akwa Ibom State. His dreams to fulfill his destiny as an engineer may have been truncated when the company he worked for laid him off in 2011. At a time when friends and relations thought it was all over, the man in the picture gathered his pieces and now lives from proceeds from the bamboo tree. Clement Bariku takes it from here.
In every man lies one talent or the other that is waiting for the right time to manifest. This is Umo Ita, a man among such men whose talent may have been delayed but surely manifested when his blue sky turned grey. For more than 5 years after graduation, Umo could not discover his talent, and when the juicy offer of working with a company came, he quickly grabbed it with 2 hands. Who would love to miss such an opportunity, by the way?
I left my job 2011, so I ventured into other things, but I could not really make it out of that area. There was an end to everything, the business, everything went off.
Today, without any training, Umo is using bamboo trees to produce any kind of furniture, cup and kitchen cabinets and other utensils. With a visit to his home nicknamed Nature Garden, one is greeted with bamboo trees planted all over, and he has presently converted a section of his house into a workshop.
So it's the most common wood around our tropics. So we get boys to enter into the forests and they harvest this thing for us. We specify really what we want because we are not using young bamboos. We are using something that is about 3 years, up to about 3 years. You soak them under the chemicals. You soak them, and you keep them there for some months. Can be up to 1 month or more than that, depending on what you want.
Umo is happily married, and like the saying goes, behind every successful man, there is a woman who works hard to transform raw bamboos into furnitures.
I cannot just allow my husband to do something so beautiful. I'm not part of it. So I love the job, and I'm very happy being part of the whole thing, doing it also, assisting him.
It's very interesting because I like craft work, you know. I like something that is creative. I like creative work.
The main challenge that we have in this job for now is the acquisition of machines. As I told you, there are a lot of areas we have not entered. With machines, if we have good machines, we can be able to produce even the clothes that we are wearing.
In less than 2 years into the bamboo furniture making, Ita is breaking new grounds, discovering more unlimited uses for bamboo trees. Some of his finished products are taken to an open space in Uyo for exhibition. And yours truly had a feel of some of them and can report that it feels good to sit on the chairs and drink from the cup.
Very creative. I just like the fact that he is planting more. So as he's taking bamboo from the environment, he is planting more. Very important. Now, with various healthy spices available for cooking all kinds of delicious food today, be it local or continental meals, why would a caterer think of using drugs to prepare public food? What is the implications of this on consumers? Diana Ajale is standing by to share her findings with us.
Food is one of the major sustenance of human life, and survival depends largely on it. How the food tastes is crucial and determines how it is consumed. So, ingredients for cooking, including method of preparation, are important. For Janyo Taiwo, a Nigerian caterer who started her cooking at the age of 7, healthy spices honed her skills, making food easier to prepare and adding unique flavor to her meals.
Tell me some of the spices you use. Oh, sweet corn, beef, intestine, bay leaf.
Many caterers like Janyo exist, but there are others who, unlike her, cook, particularly party food, in unscrupulous ways. There have been reported cases of caterers who use drugs like cannabis sativa in cooking party foods for reasons best known to them.
There was a seizure made of a syndicate of a group of drug barons using cookies to infuse cannabis sativa.
Janyo believes such practice is dangerous and must be discouraged.
No, just ginger, garlic, spices. If you put it on time, everything will be okay.
What are the health implications on consumers who might unknowingly eat foods made with drugs?
Some people among the guests might suffer some cardiovascular issue. This has a tendency to escalate their heart, the heartbeat. And imagine people that have cardiovascular issue. It can lead to all kind of some things like cardiac arrest and stroke.
Authorities have warned caterers who indulge in such criminal acts to desist from it or face the wrath of the law.
This is sad and it is criminal. So if you are indulging in something like that, please stop. It is criminal. In Maiduguri, considered the headquarters of the Kanuri tribe, a husband taking another wife needs to follow a unique culture of placating and compensating the existing wife or wives with assorted gifts, mainly to ensure harmonious living and fraternal relations when they finally settle down as one family. Iyamaji reports on how this age-long tradition is still widely in practice, not minding the forces of modernity.
Kuraram is a typical Kanuri tradition that entails an existing wife whose husband is about to bring into the family another wife, is given assorted gifts as a way of showing appreciation for her patience, tolerance, and understanding. It is a tradition that is as old as the Kanuri heritage from the forefathers, with no any sign of rejection or impulsion so far. Kuraram is done in accordance with the husband's income, resources, and affordability. Of what importance, if any, is such a culture in a typical Kanuri family?
I was a first wife, and I was given the Kuraram. My husband went even further to give me whatever that he gave the new wife. And actually, when I got all this, I was very happy. And it leads to stability in the home.
Every Kanuri responsible man would like to see that, yes, let me calm my house, the existing structure. Let the foundation remain before I bring in another structure. There will be that cohesion, that collabo between me and the husband will even be more stronger. Is Kuraram culture binding on any Kanuri husband adding another wife into his family?
There's a clear justification and indication that even if the incoming wife comes in, the man of the house must be just in treating them, must be fair, must be sincere, and must be honest. You are clearly defining the position of the first wife. That the second wife or the third or the fourth that is coming in will never be better. So you will have equal, not even more, respect, consideration, and concern for the first wife.
What is the feeling of an average Kanuri on the tradition?
It is within the context of ihsan, doing good, by galvanizing and cementing the already existing relationship to justify that it is not the relevance that she is losing, it's not the value that she is losing, it's not that the new one will provide something that she is no longer providing, rather it's an injunction for him to add.
In normal traditional Kanuri setting, when we talk of Kuraram, this leadership title goes to the senior wife. And it is a tradition of bringing people closer to one another, cementing relationship, creating confidence and trust among one another.
Interesting tradition, all those gifts. Now, what justifies mob action in a civil society? Nothing by the rule of civility. And as far as we know, the law also says a person is not innocent until proven guilty by the court. Apparently, civility and the rule of law means nothing to the youth of Old Netim in a community in Akankpa local government area of Cross River State, where barbarism thrived recently and led to the death of one. Maureen Liu Ajom has more.
Martina Itagbo, a mother of 4, is said to have been accused of witchcraft following the death of 2 brothers in an auto crash. It was on the heels of the accusation that she was beaten and her fingers chopped off, after which she was set ablaze by some irate youths of the community of Old Netim in Akampa local government area of Cross River State, suspected to be cultists. Investigation reveals that Madam Itagbo was in her son's in-law house where she visited to receive medication over an injury incurred in her farm, and on that fateful day, shortly after her 2 daughters had left for 6 a.m. mass, the irate youths, suspected to be cultists, invaded the premises and carried out the act. It was also gathered that efforts made by her son-in-law and others to arrest the situation was abortive, as the village chief and others concerned were said to be insensitive, allowing the cruelty to be carried out. NTA News crew visited the community. The major stakeholders, including the village chief and other community leaders, could not be reached. However, the children of Madam Martina are hopeful that justice will be served.
Let them arrest them.
We are appealing to the government and the federation to assist us, since we don't have anybody in the high places to fight for us, neither do we have finances to fight for our mother. We can't fight, but with the help of the government, I think everything will be fine.
The Cross River State Governor, Senator Basi Otu, has already ordered the law enforcement agency to arrest and ensure that the perpetrators face full wrath of the law.
The government is committed to seeing that anyone that is found culpable will pay dearly for it. It is a note of warning to all those that may be imagining, that they could simply take the laws into their hands.
26 person has been arrested in connection with the crime. They are writers with us here in State CID. The Commissioner of Police have ordered district investigation on the matter.
A few years ago, after the death of a Catholic priest, Reverend Father Daniel Omonga, and others in a ghastly auto crash, these same youths killed 4 chiefs in the community and burnt houses and property worth millions of naira. The youths alleged that the 4 chiefs who were murdered were wizards, and reports has it that nothing happened to any of these youths, and one could say this has emboldened them to continue with the barbarism.
I am glad some people have been arrested, and mob action is a no-no. Nobody can take laws into their hands, and you are only guilty after you have been proven so by a court, not just by anybody. Now to a story that will shock you to the marrow. We just took one, but this is another more shocking one. It is the heart-wrenching condition of a 45-year-old woman who mysteriously lost 7 children in succession and left to suffer her fate by her husband in a condition that can best be described as pathetic. The narrative is changing, however, after human rights actors alongside NTA crew rescued her from the grip of starvation following a 2-year forceful confinement. Pauline Kujevana captured the scene at Gwange area of Maiduguri, the Borno state, Gwange area of Maiduguri, the Borno state capital.
The frustration and depression of 45-year-old Asta Isa started about 17 years ago in Gulumba area of Bama local government after giving birth to 7 children, and all died serially at infancy owing to mysterious sickness. Grieved by the situation, her husband Isa Abdullahi decided to relocate to Maiduguri and was given these 2 rooms free of rental charges by the landlady out of pity for the wife's mental health. Asta, whose mental health worsened within the last 3 years, had the husband locking her in a room, more or less a barn shed with his goats and chickens, until the attention of concerned humanitarian actors drawn by a whistleblower. The husband, who is currently an employee of a private security organization attached to University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital, claims to earning 9,000 naira monthly as salary. The man further narrates how he takes care of his wife, but only locks her inside to avoid being injured by children who always come to throw stones at her whenever he is not around.
Her case is spiritual, as she does not eat whenever I provide food to her, but eats that of neighbors. How can I maltreat my wife? Besides, I have tried many hospitals. It did not work, so I left everything to God.
Neighbors attested to his claim of taking good care of her, but were dissatisfied by his decision to cage her, as that does not give them access to the woman whenever they want to voluntarily serve her food to save her from being starved when he is away at work.
Dai a rufe ta ina bata abinci shi ma yazo aiki yana dan bata sai koma yana rufe ta. In ya rufe ta ba lokacin ba inda zamu yi bata.
He does not trust anyone coming to his wife. At least if the door is open, we will be able to provide what she needs. We did not report it because we felt he might be offended.
Human rights activists expressed dissatisfaction with the condition of the woman and her environment and pledged support to help her regain herself and the husband face the wrath of the law, if guilty, after thorough investigation.
The first remedy is to make sure that she's been vacated from here and taken to a specialist hospital where the doctors will work on her health first. There's a lot of malnutrition in it. Then she has some kind of psychological problem which will look for experts to look after her and to make sure that she regains her strength.
Even the neighbors, what they did is wrong. Because as far as the age is ensuring that her right is being violated, they would have only reported that this is what is happening around them.
Asta was immediately taken to hospital for medical attention, while the husband, Isa, to the police station for further investigation into the matter.
She's extremely malnourished. We'll keep you posted on the story. Now, a 2-year-old pre-nursery school pupil has died as a result of a stray bullet allegedly fired by NDLEA operatives on the trail of drug offenders in Asaba. Younger brother to the victim also suffered an eye injury in the incident. Tessie Koka, who is following the story, gives us insight and more.
Okpanam Road in Asaba, the Delta State capital. Opposite here is the shop of the mother of late Little Onoserebe, where the unfortunate incident took place.
I'm in here at the shop of Mrs. Hilda Omoria. She was sitting here on that fateful day attending to her little kid, Onoserebe Omoria, who had returned from school. She was actually feeding the child before the unfortunate incident. This is the other chair here. The stray bullets from the security operatives pierced in here and made its way through the door of the shop.
Little Onoserebe Omohai would have been graduating from pre-nursery school in Asaba next Monday before his innocent life was cut short by a stray bullet from security operatives. On that fateful day, the father was said to have dropped him off from school at his mother's shop.
NDLEA, I don't know where they are going to. Anywhere they go, I go. Anywhere they go, I go. They have killed my family.
Still clinging to his school bag where he had his graduation uniform, it was a bright future ahead of him. But for what happened?
My son was standing in front of me. I heard an explosion, and before you know it, I saw my son on the floor. Then it seems it is time kind of punching out. I quickly held him, put my hands on that particular area. Then I was wondering I didn't just know, I was just shouting, what is this? Where is this from? I carried my son. As I was pressing my hand on it, I looked at my other son, his eyes. I don't know, I can't even explain what I saw in that one's eyes.
For the father of the victim, Fidelis Omoria, he found it difficult to come to terms with the shocking news that has sent his family into mourning.
So immediately, less than 3 minutes, my wife just called me that something happened to them. But what they notice is there are NDLEA pursuing guys around that sells drugs around the neighborhood. Neighbor now came and said, bros, go on the shoe for there. Now you go enter here when you kill your person and start my car, start following them, doing the video.
Eyewitness bear her account.
I heard a lady upstairs. She was shouting. It was even her shout that brought us out.
The police public relations officer, Deputy Superintendent of Police, Bright Daffy, who spoke through a telephone conversation, says the command will unravel the cause of the incident.
The CP has directed the matter be transferred to State CID. As I speak with you, the matter is already being investigated by the State Criminal Investigation Department of the Delta State Police Command.
I placed a phone call on the Commandant Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Delta State, but he did not pick.
Calling is not answering. Please try again later.
For now, the parents are still not seeing their surviving son at the Federal Medical Center, Asaba, hoping that justice will be done.
We are following the story. We will give you updates as we get new developments. Time for more messages. Newsline will continue shortly.
Where is Glory? Excuse me, ma'am.
Glow! Where Glow now?
I dare hear.
No, Glow, don't go village. Tell all our customer, Abi.
Everybody pay attention. See, now Glow berekete 10x. Now he might take tension my customers. Now they dash me 10 times the credits when I load. Or even summer me double data join.
Yeah. Wait, so with 1.5 they give all of us, so you then enjoy up to
15,000 naira credit and data. And I say I never finish you. See, when I say if you enjoy, if you not join Glow berekete 10x, when I go get 1,000 naira welcome credits, you just carry your phone, dial *777#. Finish.
Glow, you don't win.
Una see they here. Hello, please, I'm looking for Glow. Please save now Glow with the fine. Now Glow with the go. Okay, so
enjoy 10 times the value of your recharge on Glow berekete 10x. You also get 1,000 naira for calls and data and double data bonus on your subscription.
Taste.
Hey, big head. Oh yeah, sorry. Where are you?
I'm at the bus stop.
Dinner is ready and mommy wants you to come home.
Come in as soon as I get a bus.
Lipton's flavorful and balanced taste. We pick fine quality tea leaves from selected tea gardens around the world to give you Lipton Yellow Label's flavorful and balanced taste in every sip.
When times are tough, we know that as a mother, one thing you should never compromise on is your family's oral health, because they deserve the best. Oral-B all-round protection. Its great value, it protects your mouth from harmful bacteria and also protects you against tooth holes and gum problems which can lead to tooth loss. It strengthens your family's teeth and gives them all-round protection. So remember, protect their future. Oral-B for healthier, stronger teeth in just 1 week.
The new Happic sachets. It has a thick formula, so all you need is just 1 sachet for your toilet bowl. It gives 10 times better cleaning and big savings too.
Wow, Helen!
Sparkling clean toilet with Happic sachet.
Does your toothpaste give you complete fresh protection? New Close-Up Toothpaste Complete Fresh Protection takes care of your 5 important oral care needs. It gives you strong teeth, prevents tooth holes, cleans deeply, fights bacteria, and gives you fresh breath. Complete fresh protection from Close-Up.
like to join us on this mission?
Yes, but how?
Just one question. How do you keep your toilet clean?
I use regular detergent and bleach for washing and removing yellow stains. I have been using it for years.
Oh, madam, the regular detergents and bleach are used for washing clothes. To disinfect your toilet, you need Harpic 10X. It is specially made for germs and stains removal. Harpic sticker formula settles on stains and gives 10 times better cleaning.
Wow! Now I'm convinced, Helen Paul.
Really?
Yeah.
The next house is yours.
Thank you for being there. Now, the palace of the Emir of Zuru in Kebbi State, Muhammad Sami Gomu II, came alive when the former Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Ishaya Bamiye, retired, set aside his military background to be banned as the Uban Yakin Zuru. Jafar Yusuf Elo was at the ceremony for Newsline.
Ishaya Rizibamaye retired was born on September 21, 1949 in Zuru and was short service commissioned into Nigerian Army Infantry Corps in 1988. He attended Nigerian Defense Academy in 1968, Infantry Course in 1971 and Advanced Infantry Company Commander Course, UK in 1976. These champions other military courses in the United States in 1981 to 1982. And the USA in 1986. After serving on many different capacities, General Bamayi retired, was appointed Chief of Army Staff in March 1996. He served as Chief of Army Staff for 3 years until his retirement on May 1999. As a recipient of the National Honor, Grand Commander of the Order of Niger, GCON, and for his immense contribution to the security of the country and Zulu Emirate over the years, the Emir could not resist banning him as the Ubanyak in Zuru, meaning the great warrior of the Emirate.
The company that handled the construction.
I was very happy when the general came a couple of days ago in a very good mood with some of his colleagues. We sat down. We discussed a lot of things. How to move things forward within our emirate.
The representatives of the Kebbi State Governor, emirs of Argungu, Zuru, and Yauri Emirates, as well as other traditional title holders, were on ground to honor the General Bamayi. The family, friends, and well-wishers agrees the title was not only timely but well-deserved.
Isha, we never stay for 1 month without coming to the village here. And he loves this place, and he's a principled person.
And he's going to add value to the security and safety of this area. And I am happy that His Royal Highness recognized him and gave him that title.
We thank our emir for doing it at this right time.
The celebrant was full of gratitude to the Emir and good people of Zuru Emirate.
I believe what the Emir has said, and as long as I live, as long as I'm well, I'm going to convince the Emir to hold a meeting where we will tell each other the truth and get things done that will move the Emirate forward.
The turbaning was followed by reception where guests were treated to the rich cultural heritage of the Zuru people.
We say a big congratulations. Now, successfully accomplishing assigned responsibility to the nation calls for celebration, and indeed, it is a thing of joy and happiness. This was the case in Yola when Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, other top government functionaries and worshippers joined former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, for special Thanksgiving service at St. Monica Lutheran Church of Christ in Nigeria Cathedral. Simon Asher reports.
There were also moments of joy and fulfillment for the former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Kida Mustafa, as friends, family members, among other well-wishers, including the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, and the Governor of Adamawa State, Ahmadu Umaru Fintiri, among other top government functionaries, who in Thanksgiving church service gathered in praise and worship to God Almighty for a man whose selfless service to the nation and humanity cannot be overemphasized. No wonder the St. Monica's LCCN Cathedral Yola was agog in celebration and excitement in honor of the former SGF.
So while we celebrate, we must remember that it is all God's goodness that has made it possible for him to be where he is today.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, represented by the Secretary of the Government of the Federation, George Akume, and the Governor of Adamawa State, Ahmadu Marufin III, commended Boss Gida Mustafa for his exemplary leadership qualities, describing him as an epitome of peace and progress of the nation.
He has asked me to convey gratitude to the former Secretary to the Government, Mr. Boss Mustafa, for his services to this country, consistently prioritizing the nation's interests above all else.
For Boss Gida Mustafa, the Thanksgiving church service is to give gratitude to God Almighty for his mercy, blessings, protection, and guidance during his time in office.
Please, you are your only limitation in life. If you put a ceiling for yourself, that's the limit. And one thing my dad taught me is that never allow anybody to determine what you will become.
There were goodwill messages from the former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, and Vice President Yemi Osibanjo, among others. High point of the celebration was a banquet of honor organized for the former SGF.
A big O, a big S, and a long S.
He served well indeed, and that name, Boss Mustafa, we will not forget it in a hurry. He served well. Well, time for us to take another break. We'll be back. Stay tuned.
Come on! Keep up with me. Let's go! I'ma keep winning till the world stops spinning. I'ma keep winning till the world stops spinning. I'ma keep winning till the world stops spinning. I'ma keep winning till the world stops. Independent women, go! Keep up with me, come on. Winning till the world stops spinning. Keep up with me, come on, let's go. Keep winning till the world stops spinning. Independent women, come on, now let's get it. I'ma keep winning till the world stops spinning. Africa, you feel me, come on, now let's get it.
New styles from Darling, find your beautiful.
Former National Center for Women Development, now Mariam Babangida National Center for Women Development, is organizing summer classes for ICT, which will cover computer coding, website design, computer office packages, and multimedia technology. The center will also run vocational classes in hairdressing, barbing, bagging and shoemaking, electrical, catering, tie and dye, soap making, interior and outdoor decoration, ribbons and turbans, art and craft, painting and dressmaking. For further information, please contact 080-351-42552 for ICT, and for vocational training, you can contact 080-5630-5869 or 080-2077-8455. Announcer Mariam Babangida, National Center for Women Development.
The new Happic sachets. It has a thick formula, so all you need is just one sachet for your toilet bowl. It gives 10 times better cleaning and big savings too.
Wow, Helen!
Sparkling clean toilet with Happic sachet.
Looking fresh for your dates? Get even fresher with Close Up. New Close Up Triple Fresh formula. It cleans deeply, fights 99% of bacteria, and cools intensely, keeping you protected and fresh.
Protected and fresh. Protected and fresh.
Let's take a picture.
Protected and fresh.
Still fresh, still protected.
Feeling good.
All day confidence to get close.
Oh, yeah, take it close.
New Close Up Triple Fresh Formula.
You and your hair go through a lot. The heat, rain, chaos. It's a non-stop war against total breakdown. But just like you, your hair can stay strong no matter what. Mega Growth Break-Free Daily Leave-In Strengthener for all hair types is infused with a unique blend of natural oils and conditioning proteins that helps protect your hair. Mega Growth Break-Free, your daily defense against breakage.
Oh, that's wonderful! And that is what champions do!
Now, good football with a talk.
He has nailed that!
Now, only GoTV fit give you all the La Liga.
Game changer!
Serie A.
And it's into the net again.
Premier League and other better football competitions. Get your GoTV decoder, GoTenna, and 1 month GoTV Max subscription for only 9,900 naira. Terms and conditions apply. GoTV. Love it.
Since 1971, Nigeria's foremost human capital development institution, the Industrial Training Fund, ITF, has been at the forefront of equipping Nigerians with skills for national growth. Today's ITF has repositioned and refocused its programs, forging new partnerships locally and internationally to effectively deliver on its mandate. With 37 area offices and 5 industrial skills training centers across the country, ITF is pushing to reduce unemployment by providing relevant technical and vocational skills for employability and entrepreneurship in diverse trades and crafts. Whether you're a public or private organization seeking to improve the skills of your personnel or an individual looking to acquire skills that will increase your chances of employment or even to help start your own business, today's ITF has a program for you. Speak to us today. Contact our area offices nationwide or visit our website www.itf.gov.ng. ITF, developing the nation's human resource.
Welcome back. It was a convergence of dignitaries, including the representative of the Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, Saliu Abdulhamid Dembos, and the NTA family, as the daughter of one of NTA's business partners, Kabir Lawal Ango, and her heartthrob took their marital vows. Haruna Mohammed reports that the chief imam of Fodio Jumat Mosque, Kaduna, Malam Abdullahi Aliu Daura, performed the rites that united Hafsat Lawal Ango and her love, Nasir Mukhtar Lawal.
One after another, they converged on Fodio Jumat Mosque Kaduna, including the NTA family, in honor of its business partner, Kabir Lawal Ango, as he gives his daughter Hafsat Lawal Ango in marriage to her heartthrob. Chief Imam of Fodio Jumat Mosque, Malam Abdullahi Aliu Daura, having fulfilled all Islamic rites, pronounced Nasir Mukhtar Lawal and Hafsat Lawal Ango as husband and wife in line with Islamic injunction.
Now he should know he has to take care of her, he has to be patient, he should respect her dignity. Also, to the wife, my advice to her is that she should respect her husband.
Should exercise as much as they can the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who made it possible for them to come together as husband and wife. And then, of course, to exercise patience with one another.
They should avoid third parties, keep to the sunnah, and if there is Allah, they will have a blissful marital life.
For the elated father, it was a dream come true.
I'm very much happy. Thanks be to Allah for giving me, in fact, this opportunity, which my daughter, in fact, getting married.
The newly wedded couple, to imbibe that spirit of Allah, that kind of character, that will help them in building a very, very formidable family that will at the end build a generation that will help the entire society.
A reception was put together in honor of the couple as guests were treated to sumptuous dishes. And it was that time where the groom and his besties arrived to the home of the bride to have a glimpse of her having been married, have long dreamt of.
I can't even express my gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for bringing us to this day. It has been a long journey, but alhamdulillah, it has come to this side. So I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I'm very happy.
He's very calm,
gentle, loving, caring. Like, I'm so glad to have him as my husband.
We should try and fulfill all her rights. They should try and grow together.
Groom arrived the residence of the bride in line with the northern tradition amidst joy and happiness and prayers for a happy marriage life.
We wish them the very best. It is expected that by age 5, a child is fully trained for toilet. But really, as experts indicate, there is no target age for developing full bladder control. For some children, bedwetting can still happen even at age 6, 7, and 8, and even more. It could be daily or a weekly reality. Some people eventually end up recalling their experiences with hilarious and rib-cracking jokes in their adulthood. But it is a different story for 6-year-old Umar Jubril, whose life has been cut short for bedwetting. And by whom, you may ask? This is the context of our report by Pauline Kujevana in Maiduguri.
6-year-old Umar, whose mother was divorced by the father at the age of 4 and got married to another wife, was alleged to have suffered maltreatment before his death. Umar and his twin brother Husseini suffered, as some neighbors who spoke off camera confirmed to NTA News that the boys beg to eat and are usually denied water by their parents once it is 6 p.m. as part of measures to prevent the bedwetting. On that fateful day, it was Umar that bedwetted the mats after confirmation by his stepmother and reported to the father, who in response decided to beat up the boy. As if that was not enough, he struck the boy against wall, which led to severe bleeding and eventual death.
When I went there, I saw the boy in his bleeding from his nose and eye and mouth. I asked his senior brother how this thing happened. He said he beat the sons, and then later on the son he said that, but Daddy, I'm not going to do it again. I'm not to do his net on his bed. He pushed the can, and then he take the son and kick it in the sand on the ground and kick it and dash him in the wall.
Elder brother of Umar's father, who returned home and found the boy in the pool of his blood, involved neighbors and the community head known as Bulama, who had forewarned him on the constant beating of the twins.
After killing his son, he took the boy with my stepmom to the hospital for a cover-up report, which he was not given, and his wife wanted to sweep away the evidence. Then I refused and reported the case.
Umar's father, Jibril Mohammed, a driver with the Federal Fire Service, attributed his anger and action to the work of the devil and pleaded for forgiveness. The suspect has since been remanded in police custody as human rights actors vowed to follow up the case until justice prevails.
He has committed an act and it's a criminal offense for killing your own son just because the child urinates. And from what we heard from his elder brother, that he urinates till the age of 13.
There was a time he used a hot knife and put it on the penis of the child, which is wrong because you're a father. You think you can kill your child or you can torture your child and then you go scot-free. Let the law take its position on this so that it will be a deterrent to others.
It is important to know that most children outgrown bedwetting on their own, sometimes before the age of 10, while some need a little help to overcome the childhood challenge, which is seen as part of normal development among children.
Very heartless action. I don't understand, because I know some people even in secondary school still bedwet, and just like the expert said, talked about in the just as the reporter said in the story, they need assistance and not such a cruel reaction. We'll take our last commercials. We'll be back.
Are you a dealer in cars, jewelry, precious metals and stones and luxury goods? Are you into real estate, or are you an estate agent, surveyor, valuer, developer or broker? Are you into the hospitality industry, lottery business, or are you a mortgage broker, tax consultant or an accountant? Do you have a supermarket, pools betting and consulting or construction company? If you have, go and obtain your certification from the Special Control Unit Against Money Laundering, SCUMOL, and be free to do your business within the ambits of the law. SCUMOL has the responsibility to monitor, supervise, and regulate the activities of designated non-financial business and professions, DNFBPs, across the country. Please note that the SCUMOL certificate is not a guarantee of legitimacy of any business. To register, visit www.scumol.org. For collection of certificate, visit any EFCC office nearest to you. Remember, registration is free.
SCUMOL, securing Nigeria's business environment. This message is from Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
Hey, welcome to the StarTimes 35th anniversary celebration. To say thank you to every StarTimes family for being an integral part of our journey, StarTimes has decided to give you a price slash on decoders. Yes, we are slashing the price of our antenna decoder from 8,900 naira to 7,500 naira and the dish decoder from 13,300 naira to 9,900 naira. But that's not all. Existing subscribers can recharge for 2 months on their current bouquet and get upgraded to the next higher bouquet. And if you recharge on the classic or super bouquet, you'll receive a fantastic reward of extra 15 days of free viewing. You can enjoy our top local and international content. So, what are you waiting for? Quickly, visit any StarTimes outlet around you to recharge or buy your decoder between June 12th to August 31st to enjoy this fabulous offer. Wow! Yay! Let the celebration begin! StarTimes, entertain your family.
Did you know that a quarter of the world's deaths from malaria is in Nigeria? And the reason being a mosquito that spreads malaria, a disease that puts everyone's life in distress. We believe that protection and prevention is the best cure in the fight to end malaria. Mortein insecticide with its improved formulation kills 100% mosquitoes that spread malaria. So, spread the message of how we can fight to end malaria with Mortein. Mortein, our #1 choice.
Come on! Keep up with me. Let's go! I'ma keep winning till the world stops spinning. I'ma keep winning till the world stops spinning. I'ma keep winning till the world stops spinning. I'ma keep winning till the world stops. Independent women, keep up with me, come on. Winning till the world stops spinning. Keep up with me, come on. I'ma keep winning till the world stops spinning. Independent women, come on, now let's get it. I'ma keep winning till the world stops spinning. Africa, you feel me? Come on, now let's get it.
New styles from Darling. Find your beautiful.
Up next, ladies and gentlemen, Chisholm.
My body don't tire.
No, it's not the same as if my legacy will not die.
So simple, like living every moment to the full.
I'll be overloading your back. All this life I did, I want to be celebrated.
Tell me what you need from me now. I know what you need from me now.
Sent from heaven to you, baby.
Sunday on Nigerian Idol. Proudly sponsored by Techno and Biggie for every moment.
Welcome back. Now, to live in the hearts of those you love and not to die is a phrase some of us know. This was aptly displayed by family members, friends, and indigenes of Ovu in Ethiopia East local government area of Delta State when they laid their father to rest, the oldest man in Ovu, Pa Israel Salubi, to rest. He was 104 years. Elizabeth Omoko was there.
It was a moment to remember as Ovu Island came alive in honor of the oldest man, referred to as Opako Reri. The community did not hide its feelings as members accompanied the remains of their elder statesman to the church. The clergy who presided over the Mass for the dead and rite of reception, Reverend Father Peter Agwaremwari, reminded Christian faithful that death is inevitable and asked them to impact positively on the society.
Nobody wants to die. We want to live forever. And we want to see God, we want to enjoy with God, we want to live with God. What do you have to present before God that God will hold on to save you?
The welfare of school children and that of Catholic faithful in Ovu was a concern to the family, who contributed to the growth of a school and church projects to immortalize their father. The event shifted ground to the family compound, where Papa was laid to rest.
By Israel Saluki, from dust you came and dust you return. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
At the reception, the Emma cultural dance troops treat guests.
He lived his life for others, and he lived his life in service to humanity and God.
Papa is a embodiment of wisdom, and Papa is kind to the core.
For the family, Papa will be greatly missed.
Papa is always cheerful. He's always, when you are around him, he makes you feel the presence of God.
He's a simple person, and also he got standard.
He imbibed in us, the culture of patience, waiting, looking unto the Lord for everything.
The late Pa Owoborewori Salobi was the only surviving child of his parents, the late Mr. and Mrs. Agoreyo Salobi. He was an engineer. Left to mourn him are his wife, 7 children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and uncle.
May so rest in peace. Amen. This is where we end Newsline for this Sunday. Join us again next week. And don't forget that we all have a part to play in building a nation. Good night and God bless Nigeria.